Okay, I think we can start now. Hey everyone, thank you for coming today. Sorry for switching up the dates so much. That was really confusing. But as you know, there's going to be two meetings today, one now and one at 3 o'clock. So that is just for people who can't make today's meeting. But what we're going to go over today is chapter checklist. So what you need to finish if you're a school chapter or a community chapter this fall to be onboarded. And then we're going to do a Q&A where you guys can ask me any questions you have. Right now, everyone just make sure to mute their camera or mute their microphones. You can turn on your camera. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we'll just start. Okay. Here we go. Okay, Hearts and Hands chapter updates, quarter 3, 2025. Welcome, everyone. So, first off, we talked about this before, but every chapter has to complete these 4 things before being an official chapter. So, first of all, I know a lot of you have already reached out to senior homes, so you've called, you've emailed, but make sure that you've visited the senior home at least one time. And if you have done that, make sure that you took photos for your chapter Instagram and you logged hours on your Volunteer. So some people aren't on the Volunteer app yet. And if you don't know what that is, it's this app that we use to log our hours. And if you aren't on that app yet, or you need help sharing the link with other people in your chapter, please DM me on Slack so that I can give you the join link, because the join link expires every 15 days. So if you need to join, you'll have to get a new one from me. And then after that, I'll make it so that you can send other people the link. And every time you visit, you're going to log hours. So transportation time counts as hours, meaning the time it takes for you to drive or walk to the facility and back to your house. You log that. You also log, of course, the time you spend in the facility, and you also log prep time. So if I'm doing a cookie decorating party and I spent 3 hours last night baking and buying cookie supplies, I have to log those hours too, because that's part of the time I spent. So really just keep in mind all those things that goes into your volunteer hours. And if you're a school chapter, you can also log club meetings as volunteer hours. So any club meeting you hold, whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, a couple times a month, you and all your chapter members can log those as volunteer hours on Volunteer. And make sure that all of your chapter members are logging their hours on Volunteer, and just make sure they're doing that every time you volunteer. Another thing is adding your facility address to your chapter registration. So we talked about, you're going to go to hhmarin.org. I'll just show you right now. Go to the website, hhmarin.org. Go to the Start a Chapter page. Click the yearly resubmission form. And there's a video for those who don't know how to do this. I'll show you right now, but you can also watch the video if you forget. Find your name. So let's pretend that I'm Kayla. You're going to click the link next to your name. It's going to take you to the form you originally filled out. And we did add some more questions, so some might be left blank for you. So just make sure to fill those out and then click submit. And make sure that you added your facility address to it, because some people still say NA. Another thing people have been asking me is, what if I don't have a link next to my name? If that's happening to you, first of all, just Control F, make sure that you're searching up your name. So Chloe here doesn't have a link next to her name. Let's see if she's anywhere else. No, she isn't. So that means that the system just glitched. And what you're going to do in that case is just go back to the website, click the registration form, and just fill out a whole new one. And then it'll give you the new link. Sorry for those who don't have a link. It's just a glitch. Okay. And then once you do that, your facility will be on our map, which you can also see on our website. And if you finished all of these steps, you should be an official chapter, meaning that you can see yourself on the Our Chapter page on our website. And when you go there, you should see your chapter somewhere here. If you don't, then please DM me on Slack and I'll put you up there if you finished all the steps, because I do know that some people aren't on here yet. And if you click on this, it should link to your chapter Instagram. So make sure that you have posts before you're requesting to be on the website, because that is a requirement. Just a reminder, every time you go to the senior home, make sure to post. Oops. And before you do make any posts on your chapter Instagram, make sure that you ask the facility about posting pictures of the residents, because some senior homes do not want you to post any pictures of the residents. So ask for their photo release policy. And if they don't want you to post photos of the residents, then just take photos of the activity without their faces in it, or take pictures of them but then like put emojis on their faces or blur out their faces before posting. And make sure for every post you do on your chapter Instagram, you are tagging us at Hearts and Hands _ Marin or _ nonprofit, and you are making us a collaborator on the post. And if you don't do these things, then we most likely will not see the post. So just make sure you're making us a collaborator, and that way we'll see it and you can be an official chapter sooner. Okay, moving on. This is for school chapters. This is about club day prep. So I've gotten a lot of questions about club days coming up. What should I put on my trifold to put on my table? And so I kind of made this little example of what you can do. So make sure to put lots of photos of you and your chapter at the senior home. If you don't have photos, then you can always go to our website or our Instagram and use any of these photos. They're all approved to be posted online, so they're fine. And make sure to put that people who join can earn volunteer hours for attending club meetings and visiting senior homes. And you can talk about, we help seniors with dementia in our community. You can say the reach of our organization, so we're in 10 countries. You can put like the number of hours that you want to achieve or that you've already achieved. And then just say we do fun activities with seniors, and then you can name the activities like decorating cookies, making art, playing games, playing an instrument. There are really a lot of different things that people can do. So like if they play an instrument or if they sing, then they would want to join this, or if they want to bake. So just make sure that people know that they can really do anything with the seniors, as long as it's okay with the senior home. And make sure that you've talked to your school counselor about starting a club. Lots of schools require you to fill out paperwork, or they have different rules for what you need to do before starting a club. So make sure you've finished all those things in time. And then just be friendly, be encouraging, be kind to people who join. A tip I give people is like have treats at your club table. So like bake brownies or cookies or something, so that you attract people to come over and check out what you're all about. But really that's it for club prep. If you have any more questions on that though, please just DM us on Slack or ask in the Q&A in a minute. And then here is our 2025 leadership team. So a lot of the leadership people aren't here right now, but they'll be at the 3 o'clock meeting. Let me see. If any of you guys are here right now, go ahead and unmute and you can introduce yourselves. I'll start. I'm Charlotte. I'm the founder of Hearts and Hands. I know Chloe's here. Hi, Chloe.
Oh, hi. I'm Chloe. I'm the founder of the Arcadia chapter of Hearts and Hands, and I'm in training to be a chapter manager.
Yes. So she founded her own chapter. So that's a good example for all of you. If you're doing really well with your chapter, then a lot of times we'll recruit you for our leadership team. So keep that in mind. We're always looking out for new people. And I think we have Savina. Savina, you can unmute and introduce yourself.
Hi guys. Don't mind. I'm in a Jersey. I just came back from volleyball tournament, so I'm about to fall asleep. I had to wake up at 5:30 in the morning. I went to sleep at like 11:30, or was it 12:30? I don't know. I went to bed pretty late.
Oh my god.
But I'm Savina. I'm part of the leadership team that you see right there. The girl next to me, Camila, was actually the one who invited me to join this whole thing. I think that ever since I joined this organization, it's honestly been so fun working with Charlotte and getting to know a lot of you guys here. I know I missed the 12 o'clock meeting, so that was probably when a lot more people were there. But yeah, if you guys can't reach Charlotte, just know that you guys can reach out to any of our leadership team, and we'll do our best to help you. I don't know if any of you guys were sorted into my channel. I have to add you to that channel, Charlotte. But I literally forgot, but you know.
It's
If you
okay.
guys are a part of my channel, you guys have probably seen the messages that I've been putting out just to update me and stuff. But you guys have been doing great so far from what we've been talking about in our own meetings, our own leadership team meetings. So yeah, keep up the good work.
Thank you. And another person we have on this call is Chloe. She's a new chapter manager. Oh, wait, no, not Chloe. Chloe's not here. Andrea. Andrea is here on this call. She's one of our also newer chapter managers. Sorry. Andrea, you can just unmute and introduce yourself real quick.
Okay, hi guys. My name is Andrea, and I'm the founder of my own chapter, Prince Rupert Hearts and Hands, and I'm a new chapter manager. If you guys have any questions regarding your chapter, just message me on Slack, and I can't wait to work with you guys.
Thank you, Andrea. But yeah, this is just to know you can always message any one of us, any of these people right here, any questions you have on Slack. We're always here to answer any questions, any help you need. We're here. And that's pretty much it for the leadership team. One thing I want to add is a lot of people you see here are on the leadership team because of how well they did as a chapter leader. So they really showed initiative by posting regularly on their chapter Instagrams, visiting really often to the senior home, just doing really good work and showing me that they're able to be a leader. And then I reached out to them saying, do you want to be on the leadership team and help train other chapters? So if that's something that you might eventually want to build up to, keep that in mind when you're working with your chapter and showing us your work on your Instagram. All right. And surprise, this is a new update. We're going to start using this new platform. So basically what it is, it's an app and a website that you guys can use to log hours, chat with us, and we're having a new thing called monthly check-ins, where every month you're going to get an email notification that you're going to fill out this form about how many times you volunteered at the senior home this month, pictures of the visits, how many hours did your chapter complete, and this is just how we're going to get new stats from all of your chapters every month and see that everyone's still active. This platform is still in progress, so we're not going to switch into it right away. It will probably be in this month or next month, give or take some time. But once we do get into it, everyone is going to make their own account and you're going to start using this instead of Volantime, and we might even switch off of Slack onto this because it does have a chat app. And this is just going to make things a lot easier for you guys. You're not going to have to worry about the whole resubmission form anymore on our website, which I know can be annoying with the whole Google Sheets thing. Nobody likes that. So this is going to be a lot easier for you guys and for us to manage all the chapters. There is a couple new rules that come with this platform. So first of all, as I just said, it's going to send you notifications to complete monthly check-ins. So as the chapter leader, as the founder of your chapter, that's your responsibility to make sure that every single month you're filling out this form just one time. It should literally just take 2 minutes at the most. If you have multiple chapter presidents, then either one of you just fill it out, or you guys just have to talk about which one of you is going to fill it out, because both of you or how many of you guys there are shouldn't be filling them out all together, or else that might confuse the system. So just have one person be the point of contact for this. Kind of same with Slack. But basically, there's going to be a system where you're going to be able to level up and get awards, which is really cool. So you'll be able to get like volunteer awards, official hour awards, things like this. And we'll keep adding as we're progressing with this platform. A thing to note is that these monthly check-ins will be required. So it's going to send you notifications. It'll be pretty hard to miss them. So just all you have to do is regularly check your Gmail. But if you do happen to miss one, then the system will give you a strike. And don't be scared by this. It sounds scary, but you only have to go back and fill it out to remove the strike. So as you can see here on this fake chapter that I made, it's going to tell you, you've missed a check-in, you have a strike. But all you have to do to get rid of the strike is just go back and fill out the check-in for the month you didn't do. And let's say all of you guys happen to get sick one month and you can't volunteer. Then you just be honest and put that in your check-in. How many times you volunteer this month? Just put 0. But just note that if you're constantly putting 0 over and over, we're going to notice. And multiple strikes, so I think 3 to 5 strikes will probably result in chapter termination. So just please keep that in mind, but you can always remove strikes by going back and refilling it out. All right. Exactly. This is kind of what I just covered, but it's going to be really easy for you to log hours now. You're going to be able to DM us anytime or communicate with us off Slack. Just a great way to show your work. You'll get email reminders. I don't think it's going to be able to send text reminders, unfortunately, but I'll try to work on that. But for now, I think it's just going to be email. So make sure you're regularly checking that. Just download the app on your phone. Okay, that is it for today's chapter meeting. You guys can raise your hands now to ask any questions or type them in the chat and I'll answer them. I recommend everyone ask a question. Even if you really don't have any questions, it's good to just get your voice out there because this is your one time to kind of chat with our leadership team and get to meet us. So type in the chat or raise your hand and I'll stop sharing. Okay. Izzy says, are you going to record the meeting so we can go back and watch it? Yes, the meeting is being recorded right now, so you'll be able to go back and watch it. I'll send it in Slack, and I'll probably post it on our YouTube channel too, which you can just find by searching up Hearts and Hands on YouTube. Okay, anyone else? You can raise your hand. I'm not sure if you guys know how to do it. You just click that and it shows me that you're raising your hand. Or just type in the chat. If you have any questions about the new platform, or if you have any questions about not being on the website right now, or anything about resubmitting, or how do I contact a senior home, things like that, then go ahead and ask. Okay, Ariel says, do the addresses we put in the Google form automatically go into the spreadsheet? Yes, good question. So how that works is that Google form, the chapter registration, it automatically updates the new spreadsheet. So every time you resubmit using the link next to your name, it's going to update your row. So we should be able to see everyone's addresses. And a way you can know if your address is on the map, if we already have it, is if it's highlighted in light yellow. If it's not highlighted in that light yellow color, then that means that you're not on the map yet. And if you see that for a while, then just DM me on Slack and I'll change that. Okay, any other questions? Or are we good? Okay, Alexis says, what do you do if the activity advisor at the senior homes keeps ghosting you and not answering messages? This is a really good question, and it's happened to me. I'm sure it's happened to a lot of people, actually. Basically, what to do in this situation, you can choose from different ways to go about this. First of all, I would say try going there in person and talking to the activity coordinator and saying like, hey, I'm really interested in volunteering here, but I'm not getting any responses. What should I do? And you can talk to them about it. Or B, if they're really not being responsive and you've called the facility, you've texted them, you've called their personal number, and they're still not responding, then honestly, it's totally okay to just move on and try out a different facility. this is what I did. I had one facility that really just like it was so hard to volunteer there because they wouldn't respond to my texts or my calls. So I just found a different facility and now I go there regularly and it's a lot better. So you can also talk to me on Slack about that if you have more questions or if you need personal help. And I'll definitely be there to answer questions and you can ask our leadership team as well. I hope anything that you might not have thought of before. All right. Go ahead and type stuff in the chat. If you have any questions about like, how can I reach out to senior homes? What do I do if a senior home isn't responding to me? How can I get people to join my club? Okay. Yes, Analia.
So like, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I have like a really important leadership position at my school, and I'm gonna be really busy like this entire year, and I might just like send my team to go volunteer instead of like me going, but I don't know if that's like okay, cause like I don't want to like just seem like I'm not doing any work, you know?
So you're saying you're going to send your team to go to the senior home, right?
Yes.
Right. So what I say about that is that's honestly totally fine. Again, our goal is literally just spreading joy in senior homes. So if that's what your chapter is doing, then I have no complaints. Just keep the seniors happy and you're doing great. Okay. Anyone else? And you can type it in the chat too. Yes, Fatima?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so our like chapter, we have like club interviews at our school, and ours is like next week. And I have people that I know in like our club committee, and they let me know that like I can't say anything about like college or like community service because we already have like a lot of clubs that do that. So then like, do you guys recommend like anything for me to say? Like, we're already thinking about talking about like we go like spread joy and like connect with the seniors and everything, but if there's anything that you guys think is important to say.
That's a good question. So your high school doesn't want you to talk about any sort of college application stuff. I would say mention the volunteer hours. You don't have to necessarily put it as community service. You can just say like you can gain volunteer hours from this and you can also share a fun story. I love doing that. So like when I'm convincing people to join, I tell them about how like I met a senior and at first like they were really shy and they never came out to join our activities, but then once I started going and talking to her one-on-one, she really came out and started joining us and now we're actually close friends. So I like sharing a fun story that gets people interested in joining. But really you can just kind of encourage people to join through the pictures. People love seeing that. Like going around Christmas time and decorating cookies is just so much fun and everyone always gets excited. So you don't have to talk about the college stuff as much. Liana.
Hi, so I was wondering when we're doing activities, oh sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah.
So when you're doing activities and you need money for it, does it come from you? Or do we have like a budget within Hearts and Hands, or do we ask the homes for money?
That's a really good question. Thank you for asking that. So you can also look at this. We have a page on it on the chapter toolkit on our website if you go to the Start a Chapter page. But basically, what we tell chapters is we do not provide any sort of funding for you guys to spend on the facilities. So what I tell everyone to do is you should talk to the activity director at your facility about something called reimbursement and invoices. Basically, what it means is if I'm going out and I'm buying cookie dough for the facility, I have to talk to the activity coordinator about like I'm going to give them the receipt or I'll email them an invoice saying the price that they need to pay me back and then they send a check to my house. Not all facilities do this, so you really have to talk to your facility about what's going to work between your chapter and them. Some facilities prefer that they go out and that they buy the supplies themselves. Some facilities already have supplies that you can just use. So really just talk to them about that and open the idea to you getting reimbursement.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Yeah. I see some questions in the chat, so I'll answer these right now. How do you get more members to join your chapter? Good question. If you're a community chapter, I would say like reach out to friends. Your chapter Instagram is a really strong tool that you can use. What I recommend doing is literally just like following kind of everyone in your community. That's what I did in the very beginning, and it really worked. Like people follow you back, they look at your posts, and the more you do post, the more interested people will be. It's the exact same idea as advertising. Like if you see one advertisement one time, oh, it's cool, but you're not going to go buy the product. But if you keep seeing those advertisements over and over on your feed, it kind of like, oh, I should volunteer with Hearts and Hands. I should join this. That's if you're a community or school chapter. Just utilize that chapter Instagram a lot. If you're a school chapter, again, Club Day is a really great way to get people to join. Make sure you're giving them incentives. So, volunteer hours. You can get letters of recommendation from the community center that you're volunteering at, possibly. You can get really good experience with talking to people with dementia if people are interested in going into the medical field. This is a really good experience for them to get. It's also good leadership experience if you're offering roles to people. So within your chapter, you can have leadership roles that you're giving to other people. President, co-president, like secretary, you can kind of make up roles within your own chapter, and you can look at our chapter toolkit. We have role inspiration that you can use to give out to people, and that's also a good way for people to join because everyone wants those roles to put down on their college applications. Okay. If a school club meeting during lunch is only 45 minutes, do we log 45 minutes or 1 hour? So log the amount of time that you're spending at the school club meeting. So just log 45 minutes. I do know that I get why you're asking this question because I do know that Volunteer does have a weird thing where you can't really add minutes. It's just kind of like 1 hour or 2 hours. There's no such thing as like 1 hour and 45 minutes. So round up, you can just log an hour for now until we move on to this new platform, which will definitely let you log more precise hours. So just kind of stick with Volunteer because it's what we have for now. And then if I'm starting another nonprofit club at school and it's not Hearts and Hands, can I bring in the Hearts and Hands? Can I bring in, because Hearts and Hands does basically introduce Hearts and Hands and offer what we do so that members in the other nonprofit can also volunteer with Hearts and Hands. Okay, correct me if I'm answering this wrong. What you're asking is if the people in the other club can join your club. Is that right, Andrea? Kind of? Do you want to unmute?
Yeah.
So, yes, I've talked to people who they started another club that wasn't Hearts and Hands, and they kind of, I don't want to say combined, but like similar people, same meeting space. You're totally allowed to do that. Again, as long as you're doing what we want you to do, which is visiting the senior home, making the seniors happy, posting on the chapter Instagram, doing all that, then there shouldn't be a problem. How many members do we typically need? Like a min and max. Sorry if you already said that. It's hard to hear. No worries. I always tell people you never need a minimum or maximum number of members. If you're a community chapter, it can literally just be you if that's what you want to do. If you're just going to the senior home by yourself and you're just bringing yourself or maybe a friend or two, that's totally fine. Again, like just think about our mission, which is spreading joy in the senior homes. And if that's what you're doing, then you're already doing great. But if you're someone who wants like 50 people in your chapter, then go for it. I will say that it can be very difficult if you have like 30 or 20 people in your chapter, just because like you're bringing all those people to the senior home, and some senior homes don't have a lot of space. But if yours does, then that's great. And you can always find the right senior home for your chapter. So if you have less people, you're fine. If you have a lot of people, maybe find a senior home with a bigger room. Okay, let me admit. Hi, Donna. But yeah, there's no minimum or maximum. Okay, my school club fair pass, what I just asked some classmates to join. Okay, so if your school club fair passed, it works differently at every school. At my school, the rule is if you're not at the club fair, you can still be a club. So if you can still be a school club at your school, then you can consider yourself a school chapter. And yes, just ask some classmates to join. But if at your school they're like, if you weren't at club day, you can't start a school chap or you can't start a club, then you're a community chapter. And that's completely fine. Yes, just ask some friends or classmates to join. How many people do you recommend to visit to the senior home at one time? So I kind of answered this in the last one, but again, if the senior home is really big, then always ask them, whether it's big or small, how many people do you want at the max? I've talked to senior homes where they're like, only bring 2 or 3 people. We don't have enough materials or space. And I've talked to some senior homes that are like, we want you to bring 20 or 30 people because we're doing a big event. So talk to the activity coordinator at your senior home about this. And that's something you guys can decide together. Low-key a model for H&H would be so cute. Yeah, we should get a motto. Guys, if you come up with one, DM me on Slack. Okay, we have a problem where we have around 30 people in our club, but almost all the homes we contacted prefer only 5 to 7 members visiting at a time. Yes, so this is a really common thing that comes up with a lot of clubs. So what I recommend doing is, since you have so many people in your club, I recommend calling the facility and scheduling multiple dates to do one or maybe a different activity. So for example, like, oh, we can have 2 cookie decorating days, and then on one we'll invite 5 to 7 people, on the second we'll invite 5 to 7 people, and you can kind of just separate people onto different dates. You don't have to all be there at the same time. And if you're thinking, I don't want to do double time, I don't want to have to like be there 2 times instead of 1, then I would recommend finding someone, finding a co-president who can kind of lead the other groups in your chapter so that you can both lead a number of people to go to the senior home on separate days. Or if you just trust your friends to go there by themselves, then that's fine too. I think that's it for the chat, but again, you guys are totally welcome to raise your hands and unmute and just ask me any questions. I do know some of you, it's been a bit hard to get a hold of you. So please make sure that you have your Slack notifications on, that you're checking Instagram, because I also do text that group chat. And if for some reason you're not seeing yourself on the website or you're not responding to our messages, like please just go check them today so that we still know that you're active. Would it matter if I go like once a month? Yeah, that's totally fine. We say try to go just 1 time a month at least. But again, we're flexible. So if you have to miss a month and like you have other outside priorities or problems that you're dealing with, definitely reach out to us, DM us on Slack, and we'll figure something out for you. Some people like need breaks before the school starts, which is totally fine. But once you do get started, especially if you're a school chapter, I would say try to aim for 1 time a month. I think that's the last question, but if you do have any more questions, text them in the chat. Another thing I really just want to emphasize, make sure that you resubmitted your facility address, because some of you we don't have on the map, and that can be problematic because then we don't know you're a chapter. So just make sure you're doing that. And if you haven't started posting on your chapter Instagram because you haven't started visiting the facility, what I recommend doing is just making, like, some people did like about us posts where they just did, like, introduce themselves as the founder of your chapter, introduce what you're doing, introduce your club members. That's fine. Or you can just do any type of post you want. It doesn't have to be like pictures as your first post. And then that way, that kind of gives us an idea of like, oh, this person's serious about starting a chapter and they're active right now and they know their next steps of volunteering. I would say everyone should start volunteering definitely by this fall. And if that's a problem for you, again, please reach out to any one of us on our leadership team. I did it again for Julia. It's fine. It's cute, actually. Thank you so much. I love that it's all girls here. That's really funny to me. If you have any questions, again, DM me on Slack. I'm literally checking it 24/7. And make sure to turn on your notifications, please, guys. We really need to reach out to you. Yes, hashtag women power. Thank you. But that's really it for today. And thank you so much for coming. This is really nice seeing all of you. And follow our Instagram so that you get all the updates. But can't wait to get you on this new platform. Thank you for coming. Bye bye, everyone. That concludes our chapter meeting.